Well, I'd feel better if Kamala was cracking it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's how I feel.
That's it. That's it.
And breaking news, so it looks like Wisconsin is leaning Republican. PA for the first time tonight just is leaning Republican as of right now. Donald Trump is at 49.9 and VP Harris is at 49.2. So obviously it's still early. I don't know what percentage of the vote that represents, but again, you always hear about the blue wall, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So, we want to watch those states very, very closely.
If you had to predict it, what are you predicting? Or it's too close?
It's still too close, right? But it's kind of one of those things. Is that's what when they talk about the blue wall, that's what hurt Hillary. So if she wins just those three states and everything else that she's expected to win, that's the whole ball game. But if those states fall, you'd have to flip, Arizona, Nevada, a Georgia, and a North Carolina, which are all, that's a long shot, as opposed to Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, which were her easiest
wins to go
to victory. Yep.
Gotcha. Janet, in this election cycle, it's been a crazy election. There's a lot of feelings. It's a one side, kind of feels like one side versus one side. How do you feel going into it? What's the emotions like tonight when you're looking at the race? What are you feeling?
Well, I'm always just shocked sometimes to see women behind Trump. Okay, just saying. All right, I'm for Kamala all the way. I'm for women having the rights over their own bodies. I'm just astounded that this guy has been able to be uncivilized as he is. That's all.
Absolutely. In the city of Waukegan, we got the elections coming up in a couple months, actually. I won't ask you who you're supporting, but it's a heated debate in the mayoral debate. I mean, in the race, it's going to be good. What's your feeling like going into it? I'll ask that question. I don't know.
Well, it's going to be interesting. We still have to do filing next week, and that'll be filing for the independents. So at this point, what we have on the ticket, we have Miguel Rivera and Sam Cunningham doing a primary in February. And then, of course, we have Harold Beedling running as a Republican. Nobody else against him. So the anticipation, of course, is Turner and Ann coming up next Tuesday. They have the whole week to go ahead and file. So we won't know. So you want uncivilized, it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen, uncivilized. Again, we got Waukegan City Clerk Janet Kelly. You got any questions for the clerk?
Just kind of, I know we talked about what does she feel, but what were some of the things that she found interesting from this election cycle?
What's some stuff you found interesting?
Here's what I find interesting. I am running unopposed at this point. There is nobody running against me. I have had the backing of Miguel Rivera running as a Democrat.
True. He did that live on this show.
He did that live.
He did.
Okay, I have the backing of Sam Cunningham. I have the backing of Harold Beedling, and I have the backing of Mr. Turner. I think that says a lot.
Absolutely.
At this point. So I am very encouraged. I think that they recognize I'm here to represent the community. I'm here to serve the community. That's why we are here. And I take it very seriously.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you for all the work that you do and all the commitment you put in for your community service, your service to the city of Waukegan. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
It's my pleasure, and I look forward to continuing.
Yes.
Absolutely. She's looking forward to continuing, ladies and gentlemen. She told you right there. She told you a lot. But she ain't had to say a lot either right there. Y'all know what she said. I love Janet. She's a soldier. She's in it. She's going to win it. We're live. Again, it's the Lake County Media Group. I got Brandon Ewing. We're going to close out. We cannot get to, or you want to stay on? What are we doing?
Just real quick to
hit
some of these local elections. So
Go ahead.
Right now, Kamala Harris, as far as Lake County, she is leading. Mike Quigley is still behind Tommy Hansen, so that may be an upset. Is less than 100 votes. So people
it looks
will
close.
say that every
Yeah.
vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
These are those races where you're talking about control of Congress.
Yeah.
Janet Schakowsky is hanging on. against Cohen, so she's up by about 200 votes. Brad Schneider seems to be handedly still ahead of Jim Karras, so Brad's at about 140,000 to Jim Karras's 91,000. Bill Foster has fallen behind Jerry Evans. And so again, we're talking about control
Yeah.
of the House.
Yeah.
If these congressional races do
They matter.
not,
They
you know,
matter.
They
They
matter.
matter. They matter.
Mary Edley Allen is ahead of her opponent, Ashley Jensen. And then we look at local state rep races that were contested. We got Nabila Saeed. She is just finished her first term, so she won in an upset in what has historically been a Republican district.
Nice.
She's a Muslim woman. She is leading her opponent by about 500 votes. Maria Peterson, this would be a get. She is leading her opponent by almost 1,000. So at this point, Tracy Mule is leading in the 57th district. Bob Morgan is handedly ahead of his, over 50% ahead of his opponent. Daniel Diddich, same. Rita Mayfield ran unopposed. Joyce Mason, who had a contested race, she is up at this time. And then Laura Fiver Diaz ran unopposed, and Tom Weber ran unopposed. So both of them are leading in their races. And then as we close out with the county races, for county clerk, we had Carla Wyckoff versus Aaron Cartwright Weinstein, and Weinstein is up. Mark Simmons against Jennifer Bannock. Jennifer Bannock, the incumbent coroner, she is currently leading. And then what was supposed to be not supposed to be, but what has been a very hotly contested race, the current incumbent Eric Reinhardt against Mary Cole. Both of them have been on this program.
Definitely.
Eric is currently leading by about 30,000 votes.
Wow.
So that was one of the races that
she ran, man. She
watch.
ran
Yeah.
hard. She was out and she was in the street for sure. She had her signs everywhere, Janet. She was outside. It's not over yet, but she was definitely outside. Yeah, she campaigned real hard for sure.
And just a few as we closed it out. Sandy Hart is leading her opponent. She's the current county board chair, and she's leading her opponent, Ben Grum. Sarah Frederick Kishnick, she was running for re-election. This is her first time. She was recently elected 2 years ago. She is running ahead of her opponent. So It looks like, at least at this point, that the Dems will retain control of the county board.
That's pretty cool. Again, shout out to all our sponsors. Shout out to our sponsor tonight, Lucky Scotty's. Some of the best chicken we've had here tonight. And as you can see in front of me, I'm about to eat some of this cheesecake right here. It's going to be my nightcap. I appreciate everybody watching, everybody who tuned in. It was a great event. Shout out to everybody who came. We had about 45 people come through tonight. So shout out to those people. I want to give a shout out to another sponsor, Ant Mound Foundation. They always come through for us. They had a table here tonight. Shout out to Ant Mound Foundation, Lucky Scotty's, Lake County Media Group, Robin Yvette, B. Ewing, Big Drew. I go by the name of Boylos Crazy. If you knew better, you'd do better. I need 2 sweaters. We'll see y'all next time. Shout out to Janet. She hold it down.
Happy election night.
Where did cheesecake come from?